guys, thanks for stopping by. I promise I won't take up too much of your time. I just wanted to talk about something that was incredibly important. And not only to me, but to every single one of you. Everyone that's watching this video right now is affected by what's about to happen to the internet. And you probably know about it already, but earlier today, the FCC chairman announced a plan to repeal and draw back a lot of net neutrality laws and kind of change the way that we access the internet. And that sounds bad because it is bad. And I'll provide links in the description not only to information, other people talking about it, and ways for you to fight back on this, but also I just wanted to mention why it was so important. Because if some of you don't know, like, net neutrality is simply a way of saying that the internet is open and accessible to everybody. You're able to go wherever you want on the internet. You're able to do whatever you want on the internet. You're able to have some semblance of anonymity on the internet without all the companies trying to track your every movement. And it's not perfect, but those are because of the net neutrality laws that we have right now. Now imagine if these things were to come to pass, you go to YouTube one day, and you find, instead of your videos, you find this page that says, "We're sorry, you haven't paid for the entertainment package of your internet plan. Please pay $5 more." What they want is to make the internet a more profitable place. And that sounds bad on its face, but that's also just the first step of it. Like entertainment, you may think like, that's okay, like that's totally fine. But if you allow something like that to happen, then you put in the framework for information to be controlled. And when you do that, you control what people see. And when you do that, you control what people think. And I'm not saying that this is going to lead to a dystopian future where everyone's mind controlled and doesn't think for themselves, but it does ruin a lot of opportunities that people have to be able to do what they want to do on the internet. You start down the path where this amazing thing that connects every single human on the globe together and allows for the free spread of information wherever it wants to go. You lock down opportunities and ability for people to thrive, both for themselves and for our future generations. And I'm not even saying that you shouldn't have to pay for the internet. I mean, you still have to pay for water, but there's no just barely clean enough water and then the premium water for $5 more that is actually not going to kill you. But when you set up a system that allows corners to be cut and allows businesses to prioritize profit over people, that's when society starts to degrade, and that's when innovation becomes stifled because it's not profitable for everyone to make leaps and bounds. We as a species are not defined by profit. Like, we're just better than that. I hope we're better than that. I want to be better than that. Bottom line is, the internet should be open and accessible to everybody. There shouldn't be paywalls that control what you can see based on how much money you make. There shouldn't be walls in general that control the information that you see, and there shouldn't be people watching your every move on the internet. We can't allow this to happen, and thankfully, there are ways to fight it. In the description, I've provided tons of links to not only information about this that can explain it better than I just did, but also ways that you can fight back, where you can contact people that are making these decisions. They're all down in the description. There's ways to contact your congressmen, your senators, your government officials. There's ways to write to the FCC. Like, even if they want to ignore, even if they want profit, you can still make a difference. These systems are only in place because we just decided it. The internet only exists because we decided to build it. So we have to take charge and remember that this is so important that we need to protect it. Because the internet's a beautiful thing because of how open and accessible it is. And I want to keep it that way. I want you guys to be able to enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. I want you guys to be able to do what you want to do on the internet without someone telling you that you can't. That's all I'll say for now. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you can, please take the time to try to make a difference. All the links are down in the description. There's tons of other people talking about it right now, and it's incredibly important. So thank you everybody so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!
Net neutrality. I'm sure you're all very familiar with what that is since you're using the internet now. I'm assuming this probably isn't your first rodeo on the World Wide Web, so I'm confident you're familiar with net neutrality. I don't need to go into detail about what net neutrality is or why it's important, so why am I talking about it? Well, it's because, per usual, it's being threatened right now. It's like fucking Princess Peach and the FCC is Bowser, and they keep taking it hostage from us, and we keep trying to get it back. It's a nice little cat and mouse game we have going on here. Net neutrality is basically the internet's declaration of independence, and the head of the FCC, Ajit Pai, is Nicolas Cage stealing it from us. Throughout 2017, the FCC has had its sights set on dismantling net neutrality, and now, within a month, it looks like they will succeed in completely dismantling net neutrality as it currently is. And not a whole lot of people on the YouTube platform are talking about this, probably because they've talked about it millions of times in the past and they don't want to keep bringing up the same subject, but I've never talked about it. I've always stood by and waited for somebody else to bring attention to it and get people informed. This time, however, I'm throwing my asshole out there and I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Within a month, it seems the FCC will succeed here. The head chairman of the FCC, Ajit Pai, has really been doing a great job in making moves to get net neutrality dissolved. However, unfortunately for head chairman Ajit Pai, his moves and attempts to get a chin and jawline have ended in complete and utter failure. There's really just no telling where the neck stops and the face begins. Now, what's interesting about his approach to getting rid of net neutrality is the way he's going about it would make it nearly impossible for net neutrality to ever come back. So once it's gone in December, it would never come back, which is nothing shy of just downright evil. Right now, the trendy thing that most people on YouTube and most media outlets are focusing on is the loot boxes in EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2, which, don't get me wrong, is definitely an issue that needs to be talked about. I talked about that as well. But if even half the attention that got was focused on net neutrality here, we wouldn't even need to be worrying about it going away within a month here. And there's really a lot of crossover between net neutrality going away and EA's loot boxes. They're quite similar. If net neutrality goes away and the proposed changes take effect, you'll basically be buying loot boxes from your ISP. The internet will have its own loot boxes where you pay more for certain websites, and you'd be buying packages that come with a random assortment of websites. Oh shit, another common, AOL again. Oh finally, I rolled an epic, I get YouTube this time around. Hell yeah. And obviously there's a lot more to net neutrality going away than just having to pay more for certain websites. There's a lot of bad shit that comes with net neutrality going away that I don't need to go into because I'm sure you're familiar with it because it's been talked about so many times before. But what hasn't been talked about a ton of times before is my slightly above average size penis. What also hasn't been talked about a ton of times before is exactly what you can do to combat FCC getting rid of net neutrality. Pretty much do exactly what was done to EA recently. Put the whole fist in their fuck and let them know that this will not go over well. The amount of public outrage given to EA had them backpedaling so hard they were damn near offering lollipops to each person who bought a copy of their game. If that same level of attention was given to the FCC here, where you have very vocal public outrage, you have people that are actually getting active now and reaching out and saying, hey, I won't stand for this. In the EA's case, people calling and asking for a refund. In this scenario, you'd be calling and saying, nope, don't vote for this is some bullshit. Then maybe we'd see some backpedaling from the FCC as well. Obviously, it's not guaranteed to work. Obviously, I don't think this video is going to have much of an effect on people getting active and getting angry and vocal about the FCC dissolving net neutrality. And when I say angry, I don't mean sending death threats or making ridiculous, laughably bad tweets that make you seem like some comical, cartoony supervillain. I'll burn the FCC down and take a poopy on the ashes. I'm talking about level-headed, actual action that'll have an effect, calling representatives, getting people aware of what net neutrality is for those who may not know, and just letting people know that this is coming up within a month and something needs to be done. There needs to be some type of movement to make a stand for net neutrality for the 100th time. And everything I've said here is really nothing new, but since no one's really talking about net neutrality, despite it being so close to going away, I figured I might as well at least try and at least get the word out. Maybe a lot of people don't know how close net neutrality is to being just completely gone, a thing of the past. So I figured I might as well at least try and inform some people. So that's it. So yeah.
So hey guys, how's it going? That was two people that that we're talking about net neutrality as a whole. I know Ethan from H3H3 talked about it a couple months ago, and a lot of other people are finally getting onto it because it's been, like a lot of people said, a never-ending battle. And from how both of Charlie and Markiplier said, like, this isn't right. And the internet should be a place where you're able to go on, have fun, not have to worry about being watched. Why do I even have this on right now? Sorry about that. Yeah. It needs to be a place where you can just go on and have fun and do your stuff without needing to worry. And also too, like how Charlie said about the whole loot box system. That's honestly how they're really, like, to me, how it sounds like they're wanting to go with this whole net neutrality thing. Like, you know, pay a bigger package for your internet provider to, let's say, watch Netflix, or to watch YouTube, or to do something. Like, it's so wrong, because, like, this doesn't only affect YouTube. This affects the whole internet as a thing. And that's the thing, it's like people shouldn't worry about having to do that when they get on the internet. And it's wrong. And I'm happy people are actually, you know, standing up for this, because also too, like, if you don't live in America, it's still gonna hurt you. It's obviously gonna hurt America more because that's where the prime real estate is. Because, like, Trump's administered plans to repeal net neutrality. But still, a lot of people in other countries just think, oh, fuck it, don't worry about it, I'm not too worried. Like, you know, that's America's problem. It's not. It's everybody's problem. And that's what I mean. It's just, we need to take a stand. And honestly, I put their videos up because they were more professional with it. This is just me as an average Joe that likes to get on here and record and, you know, say what's bullshit or what's not. And just how YouTube in general has been going anyways. Like, it's been getting really ridiculous. Where it's like, just a lot of bad things have been going on, where it's like you can't say things that you used to without blurring them out, because you're always going to be worried about being censored. And this is what I mean. It's censoring people. And then also it's making the internet not a safe place. And neutral to everyone. I don't know, it's really wrong that you're doing this. And even a lot of people have been just saying, like, shit's been going down the tubes, and a lot of people have been also saying this for a very, 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 very long time. You can go back to old people's videos and check the whole net neutrality thing. And it's wrong. Like, they're trying to control what we do. Like, I've been saying this for fucking years and years. They're trying to just control what we watch, control what we do, just have that control. And the thing is that we need to step the fuck up and actually do something about it, because this is unacceptable. And thinking about it too, like, I agree with the internet being paid for and used because you paid the money to use it. But you shouldn't have to spend more money to be able to watch things that you need to. Or watch things that you want to. Or have to get a better package. Like, that's what I mean. Like, there shouldn't be better packages. You just buy it, you use it, you're good. This might be a lot more different with Canada compared to the US. But still, it affects everyone. And it's god-awful. Because this shouldn't be happening. The internet is a tool to help people, not fucking have the suits control everybody. And sorry, I just had to make sure everything was on. have the fucking suits on, and then just, having the control over everybody. That shouldn't fucking happen. It's not good. And it's just, and the other thing is too, this is gonna affect a lot of things. If this shit goes through, a lot of your favorite YouTubers probably won't be fucking doing that much stuff. And that's the other thing too, it's people just really need to band together and talk to the FCC or give a email or something. Just don't sit here and do nothing. I shake my head because it's every day you fucking get on here, it's something new is awry. And that's the awful thing about it. This affects everybody. This affects the internet as a whole. This isn't only YouTube that it's affecting. Because a lot of people just think, oh, just because the YouTubers are talking about it, it's just oh no, you guys are just being affected by it, so, it's okay. They're whining because, something's finally affecting them. No, that isn't how it is. Everybody's gonna be affected, and everybody's gonna be hurt by it. And yeah, no, it's just bad. And this is gonna be happening soon, so we need to really get on this. This is gonna be happening around Christmas in December, so I'm gonna look up some links from those videos, and I'm gonna place them down on my subscription. And we need to do something about this, because we all want the internet to be fun, and just what it is. We don't want it to be this fucking machine that just forces us to, pay, be behind paywalls, to watch shit that we want, to do shit that we want. Thinking about it, it's oh, you can't go to this site called Cool ROMs because, you need to pay a $10 to $15 subscription. You need to go here to pay for a $10 to $15 subscription. It's fucking stupid. It really is. And there's people out there that don't have the money to do that stuff. To just save up the $15 or the $10 to fucking go do that. I don't know what the fuck the FCC's fucking doing, but the FCC has never had their head on their shoulder right. They've always been messing things up, so that's what pisses me off. It really, really pisses me off, because this shouldn't be how the internet is. But anyways, that's enough of my rambling today. If you type in Net Neutrality, you can find more videos about it. I just got Markiplier's and Charlie's from the official podcast because I wanted to see both of their sides of the coin, because Markiplier explained it a lot better, and then Charlie was just he had the comedic value and he talked about it. It made me think more about it, thinking I'm not surprised if they do try to do a loot box system with our bills. Our cable bills or internet bills being oh, this month, here's a box, you're able to open it. Oh, look at that, you maybe might get the chance to get this, or oh, YouTube's a rare or legendary, or Netflix is, I don't know, it's just the two of them. But anyways, see you guys. I forgot to turn that off. Perfect timing. Right when I'm supposed to start recording. But yeah, anyways, I got more shit down the line. And if anybody from the FCC actually gives a shit to watch this, you guys are screwing up. good, are the good old days gone? And my answer to what he said is yes, the good old days are gone. Technology and the internet makes everything so complicated. And I'm not saying it, being an idiot, like, oh, I don't understand how to use it. It's just having all this stuff is just so complicated. Like, honestly, there's no leaving shit at the door anymore. It's like when you wake up, here it is, right in your face. And, to me, I went honestly to that feeling because I'm in the 20s age. But still, talking to my mom, her friends, and everybody about it. And just even older people that I've talked to, it's like, you love the internet. It's a very good place. You gotta figure out what you want to do. Go on YouTube, check out reviews. Down now, we can watch, like, Jimmy Fallon and, like, all these other people on there. And it's like, it just keeps getting more and more and more and more and more complicated. And that's the fucked up part. I'm sorry that I'm getting into a rant, like, I know it just started into it, but I'm just thinking about it from what Net Neutrality suggested. And yes, the good old days are gone. That, like, I love the internet. It's what I like to get on. I like to record, I like to do things, but it's being ruined. And they're, like, honestly, to me, when I always thought about Net Neutrality, I was like, oh, it's not anything I should worry about. But still, it's like, this is affecting a lot of people. Like, I know a couple of people now that actually want to get into recording YouTube and doing all this shit. And honestly, this is a big kick in the slats for everyone. Like, besides even being, like, a YouTuber. But the thing is, it's like, shit's gonna hit the fan when everybody actually wakes the fuck up and reads what's going on. And, yeah, no, it's just, we all need to stand together and actually, do something. And, I would have put Nightmare's video on here, but this was just kind of so last minute. I was actually gonna record something else. But then just hearing this net neutrality thing and all that, it's like, I had to make a video. I'm willing to throw my hat in the fucking mix. I don't care if I have 0 subscribers or 30 million. Doesn't fucking matter. The point is that everybody should be standing up for the internet. If you are a content creator, or if you do something on here, you need to do something. If it's not from me, do it for somebody else. Like, do it for your favorite YouTuber or whatever. I'm disappointed. My day is ruined, just like that meme. My day is ruined and I'm disappointed. But either way, thank you all for listening to me ramble.